Morning, fellow nerds. It's the Dark Comic Nerd, and this morning I'm doing Freight Grand Order. It's almost 11 o'clock. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is whistling so hard outside that it's actually making this creeping whistling noise, like somebody's outside really going, and actually doing it right outside my door. So you might hear that occasionally. I just want to point that out. It's actually that crazy windy hit today. Luckily, it didn't kill the internet. I was going to do this video last night because I thought it might kill the internet today, the wind. And I decided against it because, frankly, between doing stuff on my Pokemon Sword game and then some of the other stuff that came up last night, I said, you know what? We're doing this with free quartz. Nothing I really paid for. At least, I don't think so. I think there might be a little paid quartz in there. And so, I like that. Or I like my chances in the morning better. So between a couple of things going on, I said, let's do it in the morning. So here we are in the morning. We're going to use some leftover quartz we had along with a bunch of free stuff. Because what I got was, I hit my 450 day mark. So I got 30 quartz there. They were giving away some on President's Day. I've managed to stockpile a little bit from the event that I didn't need to use to rescue my butt. Because that event is a pain in the butt. Which I don't have long left to go on the event, and I haven't done as much grinding on the event on my days off as I wanted to, so I'm a little concerned about my chances of getting a BB before the thing is done, but we're gonna wait and find out. Now, what am I rolling for today? The KingProtea. I'm rolling for the Protea. This is something that doesn't come up normally in story, so you really have to get it during this event. I watched iStark11's video yesterday. He was even talking about people probably not rolling for it anymore at this point, and probably a lot of people wouldn't, except for those people like me that needed to find funds, because I actually don't have the funds in my bank account for this. We're doing it because of money that was given to me by the game for reaching certain events. So that's where the money comes from, plus we have enough to do a Kitashan ritual, so we're going to try to do 2 and see if we get lucky. Now everybody's going nuts because it's March and the Kama is finally out, and everybody's saving their money for that, and that's fine. That's great. I probably will too. Did my taxes yesterday. I'll probably be checking on them shortly to see how progress is going with those, though I only just got them in yesterday, so I don't expect a lot of miracles, but you never know. I heard a lot of people getting their taxes back from the federal government pretty quick, and that's where a good bulk of mine are coming from. So some of that money, will probably be used towards this game, but we'll have to wait and see because I need some work done on my car pretty badly. I'm hearing sounds out of the wheels that sound like there might be problems with the rotors and stuff, and that's a serious thing. So when you look at issues like the wind and the cold and everything that we've had lately here, that makes your car sound a little sicker than it really is, so that might have a lot to do with things. I have to take the car out this afternoon and actually go run a few errands, so well, see what happens while I take the car out. But frankly, the car's getting old. It's getting very old. And the thing is you get some rust buildup and you get some other problems. And, you know, this is where you sit, is that you end up with a car that sometimes sounds really bad that really isn't. But there's some other things, and I really need to get it into a mechanic shop. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take just kind of the money that's been given to me in the game, and that's what we're going to use today, and we're not going to dive into trying to use any of the money. However, this event goes on until the end of the week. I get paid on Thursday. We will look into maybe trying our shot again. Now, ironically, if I'm not mistaken, at the same time, the 2 Knights of the Round, they're rated up too, so they're going to kind of be an impediment with us getting a good chance of something. But they're both 4 stars, and that means that, as you guys have seen with my luck, like when I got Melt, you know, there's a whole different story between your chances of getting a 5-star and a 4-star. So they could have something else rated up as a 4-star, and the server ain't going to care. It's about the fact of, are you lucky enough to get a 5-star servant? So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we get lucky. If we end up getting some of the 4-star servants that are rated up, hey, so much the better, I suppose. I actually like that. because I need those characters. I don't have really anybody from Arthur's court except for Arthur herself. I'd have no Tristan, no Gowan. There's who we're rolling for, the KingProtea. As you can see, 82 quartz. We have enough to do 2. Let's see if we can get it in the first one, though we've not always been that lucky. As you also can see, 9 summon tickets. 9. So the thing is we're going to do a Kitashan first, and then we're going to do my ritual, because as we noted, the last time my ritual worked. But I don't really care whose ritual works so much as one of them works. So our thing is to get it down to 4, and then roll for a times 10. Now, technically, you get that card for the event, but it also tends to show up pretty commonly during just regular old rolls. I had to think there for a second. That's a good sign. Nothing dramatic. Now, once again, oh, terrible saber to get. Well, actually, not the worst, but right up there. As you guys know... Oh, what was I thinking about? Oh, crap. I lost my train of thought. We'll deal with it again later on. Oh, now I remember what it was. We're dealing with an alter ego here. So if you guys remember when I got my melt, alter egos are kind of easy to spot by the cards because they look like a weird Joker flipped upside down facing 2 directions kind of card. It's an unusual type of card, or you know, a backing on the card to see and compared to the regular classes that you see in the game. It's like the Morning of Assassins, more or less. This is cannon fodder. This is just stuff I'm going to be using for experience points. It's too bad though. It's looking kind of crappy. I haven't seen anything for a good 4-star, even in a Craft Essence event card or something like that. Usually we get at least 1 or 2. Now we're getting... I wonder if it's going to be a crummy hour to do this, because it seems like our luck's been kind of But, we did our stuff. Let's go for it. Well, there's a nice 4-star to get. I actually could use a few more of those. Haven't been using that particular Craft Essence a lot. Been actually using the ones that get you more Sakura chips. Well, I don't get a Hector too often. Doesn't matter, it's still not what we want. Now remember the last time they practically spooked us with the card. It was just there. They didn't give us any fanfare, nothing. It was just boom, 1 second, everything's normal, and then bam, there's your card. Now keep in mind, guys, if we were going to get something other than what we're rolling for one of the knights, it would be an archer or a saber. I hate to say it, but this is looking pretty bad. I'm starting to get a feeling for what kind of roll this is going to be. Oh, we got another 4 stars, so that kind of blew my theory out of the water a little bit with that one, but still pretty bad. That's the terrible one to get. All these things are just cannon fodder. EXP farming, basically. That was a terrible roll by my stand. Very salty, very, I want to say very mineral roll, but we actually got a lot of servants. So, Kiddushan failed us today. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. In this case, it did not work out very well. So, time for my ritual. See what happens. Like I said, I still want to roll for her. And of course, it looks like maybe they're kind of nerfing my rates a little bit because of free money. But you know, the thing is that this time. Now, in the meantime, this is going to take a little bit. I don't deny it. I am going to stick with a few servants, trying to upgrade a few servants real quick. I'd like to go after some of the ones that I'm currently using. Actually, we haven't done any for melt yet. I've been holding off because I wanted to save as much of my Blaze of Wisdoms as possible for when I got a chance to do BBs, but now I'm starting to think that when I get BB, I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot of extra stuff for her. Maybe not have the time to get the extra BBs. Maybe not to get enough stuff to ascend her. We'll have to just wait and see. Worst part is the Comma event that's coming up later on this month. I don't think I'm going to have free time to get to the latest I kind of like her voice. I don't think we're gonna have the time to get to the Lost Belt 3, and you have to beat it most people believe to get to the Comma event, so I might be screwed on that one too. I'm gonna do one more with her. Okay. We're going to skip over to craft essences so I don't have to use up very valuable stuff. We're going to work on here's some of the junk that we probably just got as it is from... Actually, yeah. Currently, with the number of craft essences I have, I couldn't do another, what am I thinking of? Quest. Because I have too many of them. I got a lot of junk stuff. Just needs to go bye-bye. Yeah, we still got some stuff sitting around that all it is just experience points for craft essence. Just good old CE EXP. Yeah, here's some of the BB stuff right here. The BB stuff that you know it's all fan service. And we have it so we can do bolster our cards that we have. That's what they give it to you for in the event. So let's use it for that purpose. I see something else we can do in a minute, guys. A few things I've been saving. Okay, where'd that provocative looking BB thing go? Jeez. Here we go. Boom! Too bad it couldn't have been on a servant, but we'll take what we can get. Alright, so this is going to be the last one, guys. We only have so much ink quartz. Like I said, we will try to do this if we need to. We end up getting our melt on the second run, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope. We'll see. No, there's an archer, but it didn't do anything funny, so it's obviously not our Tristan. If we need to do another one of these, we'll probably save it for the end of the week after I get paid. So it probably won't be any other videos for a bit. This is just one of those things that I would love to get the character because it's so hard to get, much like our melt was. I'm very happy my furnace is working again. Darn thing, wind keeps blowing out the pilot light or doing something that sets off the sensors. So I got the heat running finally, and it's starting to finally warm up in here. Thank the good Lord it didn't do it, I think, until later in the day, meaning after sunrise, so that at least there was some heat in here when I got up. I hate to say it, guys, but the morning is starting to look like it sucks today. Well, at least there's something we haven't gotten in a while, and it's a 4-star, but still, I mean, not even an event one. And another archer. Like I said, if it doesn't crackle, it's looking like a very salty day to be doing rolls. Not even a spook card. Yeah, there's a saber, but not. Go on. It's starting to look like a crappy roll. Let's we'll evaluate when we're done. So they're going to give us the same one again. Yep, what a load of crap. What a wasted slot. There we go, guys, only one. What a salty set of rolls this morning. And I have a hunch it's because I have free money. I had mostly free quartz that the game gave me for certain things that I had reached, certain milestones. I have a hunch that's all it was about. That, and some people have said the drop-up rates are a lie. Now, I don't know. I have to watch how other people have done on their rolls. But I'm going to do one more thing. Nothing major. Haven't done one of the friend ones in a while. I'm going to go check on my furnace after. It seems like it might have stopped a little suddenly. But we're going to let this one roll. Well, there's a 3-star ember right there. So, some people believe that you can use the friend summon to determine how the rates are. If this is what we were using, it's not looking too bad right now. I'm just curious what's going to happen. I mean, are we going to get anything good? We got a whole bunch of generic embers. That helps. As a Phantom of the Opera, I don't get him very often when it comes to assassins that are the free variety. I gotta admit, looking at these, even though we got some interesting things this morning, I'm kind of seeing where if you were using this as a kind of a litmus test for the real money summons, it would look pretty bad. Yeah, the only thing good we really got out of that, guys, is the very first one. So yeah, the morning, it looks like the servers are really nerfing us this morning. I'd say not much really good going on. I probably should have saved that extra summon for later on. Though, like I said, mornings have been our hot ticket lately. So who knows? But at this point, guys, very salty rolls this morning. Not a whole lot. Not even event-wise. Currently, just to show you guys, here's how I'm working. Here's how it's working up with doing. Basically, that's supposed to be Sakura. Currently, I have to do an event thing right here. What the heck, guys? Since you're here, we didn't do too well with the thing this morning. Why don't we just do one of the event things while we're here? Ah, and there's the caveat. Yeah, that's what I was talking about to you guys earlier. We just made it worse by doing that friend thing. There we go. Yep, see a whole bunch of just generic crap just sitting around. You can get kicked to the curb. I kind of saw that coming because we're done doing rolls, so of course. But neither ritual worked very good this morning. They all bombed bad. Alright, I'm at 449 under 450. That means we can do what we want. Go away, Da Vinci. Talks too loud and I can't understand what she's saying. Really? I could have swore it said 449 over 450, so... Okay, was it, no, it's in the craft essences. Okay, let's, we don't need too many of these cages. We just got another one, so let's finally get one of these suckers up to, limit break. If it lets us find it. You know, they're all available, so. There she be. So what are we going to get now for this? Begin battle with MP charge at 20%. Increase MP gain when damaged by 20%. Not bad. It also increased the rate of those type 1s by 50% instead. Which I haven't really got into farming for these particular enemies yet. That's not what I'm really working towards. Alright, so what do we need? Well, our alter egos aren't going to be very good because there's lancers and archers in here. So, and I find the guest servants are garbage. Probably I should go with a good berserker. Berserkers are good all around. Now, the problem is they make these enemies pretty dang hard. Harder, in my opinion, than they need to be. Well, I suppose, under the circumstances, who do we want? I suppose we'll take Lu Bao here. We'll try him and see what happens. If this turns out to be a miserable thing, we'll try something else. Or excuse me, maybe we'll just call it good. Because unfortunately, this is going to be rough going because we can't use any of our real good servants like our alter egos that we have. So now we're going up against a lancer. I suppose we should chuck an archer in there. I am going to go a different route. I'm going to chuck BB in. I'm going to get rid of my alter ego. I'll keep my caster in there for no good reason. It's true, for no good reason. And I think what I need to do is I'm going to look at the idea of putting one of my rulers in. And I was afraid of that. It's going to cost me too much. So, I can't put in anything that's a 16. Well, under the circumstances, let's go. Oh, no, she's a 16 too. Dang. They are really limiting our options, guys. Alright, let's go with another berserker like Cat here. Mine isn't anywhere near as powerful or even close to being strong, but we're going for a backup servant that we hopefully won't have to use. Oh, great. Sentinels are real boss-like characters. I wouldn't know who said that, but I'm sure it was somebody profound. Now, what I'm worried about is that she's our berserker servant. I have a hunch she might be tough. I might end up having to spend a quartz or some command seals to revive my characters, just because I don't know how keen I am on trying to pick out another set of servants and go back in and do this. Oh boy, it's chilly like crazy here right now, but I think it's not. I never really got up because, as we noted, I didn't get done right after my gotcha rolls. Oh my gosh, they're mini robins. Wow, I got some cool stuff. I actually got a buff, a good buff this time instead of a debuff. And And the last one here, yeah, you have to actually kind of hurt your allies to use it. So we're not going to be able to build much of a Noble Phantasm boost here. So yeah, I haven't, like I was saying before, I haven't had a chance to go check and see if my furnace went off for good reason. So for all I know, it's getting cold, not just because of the wind behind me. We want to make sure she's nice and set up too. We get some Noble Phantasm boost in for her, because we're going to need it. I mean, her Noble Phantasm is useful to have if you want to break down the enemy's chances of using their Noble Phantasm. Oh my gosh, just Robins after Robins, and they keep changing their type. Oh, nuisance. What an annoying pain in the butt. We need to build up Lu Bao a little bit too, so we're going to take this opportunity to try to, instead of just a slaughter fest, which that worked though. There we go, we got BBs up. Nice. Now we need to be able to keep these guys alive. Alright. I'm afraid that Lu Bao is the one that's going to maybe take a hit, so we're going to get him all set up. However, that did lock his Noble Phantasm in. That gave us a slight advantage there. And there we go. We got him before he got any more hits in. That's good. Alright. Now we already know who our final boss is going to be. And she's got quite the light bar, but she's only got one. She doesn't have multiple light bars. That is a plus. Now, give me a second. I got to check on what's the demerit for. I'm going to increase my strength. Decrease defense. Okay. I think we can take that. Now, BB, I would do better to use hers after Cat has at least gained one charge point on her Noble Phantasm, which is right below the life gauge. So I do better on that. In the meantime, I am going to try to keep her alive a bit longer. There we go. And I am, however, going to take Lu Bao, and I'm going to try to bolster his Noble Phantasm. We're going to get a Brave Chain going here, which is great. See how this turns out. And I hear the furnace coming on, so praise God, the furnace is still working. Wow, we stunned her, and she took almost half. Yeah, I think there's about half her life bar is going to be gone when we're done. Very impressive. Now, she took an evade. Well, she's taking a chance of getting slammed there. Unfortunately, that sets us up poorly. I don't think I have an Ignore Invincible on... No, I don't. I don't have an Ignore Invincible on my BB, so... Yeah, she's got some stuff that came in for being a boss character. This Imperial Feast of the Fury God. She gets to increase her HP every round. Yeah, this is how she ended to do, guys. She gets to decrease RC stars and then apply evade to herself every time at the end. What a pain in the butt. I can't tell, though. It says one turn, one left. So I have a hunch that maybe, and I'm going to gamble, she can only take one freebie hit. I think we were right. Yes, sir. You can only take one freebie hit. Which means this is gonna hurt. Not bad. Yeah, here's where it's going to get tougher. And of course, like I said, she gets the opportunity to get one free shot in. So I have to be very strategic about how I go about who's taking the first shot at her. Ooh, we got a nice Buster Chain setting up here. This is great. Let's go with this lineup. I think Lu Bao can do more damage. He's at level 100 to be safe. She's bolstering her defense though, and that's giving me problems. Alright, we were saving this in the back, and I'm still not sure, but I have right in the middle there, guys. I can bolster up somebody's Noble Phantasm gauge. I'm really worried right now she's going to get her her Noble Phantasm charge up there, and we're going to be in trouble. I guess we'll try something here. This is kind of crazy. We really needed Buster cards. Ouch. Okay, that put me in a tough spot, but it does allow one of my characters to come in to heal everybody, so that'll help me out a little bit. Some other things that are going to happen here. Good, she didn't guard herself, so we were lucky there. We can actually set up pretty good. I'm going to gamble. Oh, they set us up better for BB than they did for the, what's his name there? Lancelot. Well, we need to take a good shot, so let's see what we can do. Good Buster Chain right now would help out. Oh, I was dumb. I forgot about her evade. Alright, I'm going to try something. This is going to be rough going. Oh, we're going to miss it by one little thing. Oh, and they gave me a terrible lineup for cards. What a shame. I think we're going to take it. We're going to get hit pretty hard, guys. All my characters are going to get hit pretty hard when she attacks, but she will be stunned for a bit, so that'll help out a little bit. I'm going to get BB set up. Actually, considering how crappy he's going to do, we want BB in the back. Too bad. I was so close to getting Lancelot up to his Noble Phantasm. That would have helped out immensely, and now he's going to be dead. I don't even know why I bothered with BB. She's going to be dead too. It's that evade thing that she can do as a boss character that's really killing me. She basically avoids the first hit. Oh yeah, and she got a big health boost right there too. Yeah, this is going to suck, guys. And I don't have many of my own characters left. Well, let's go with what we can with Nero. See how much damage we can do while we can. Yeah, she's going to get a big health boost, and that's going to be a problem for me. I didn't think that would work. I could have gone for a brave chain, but we really just need something. We need to pull a rabbit out of our hat here. Yeah, this is going to go on forever. Until I get a Noble Phantasm or something up. Alright, just mono a mono. Here's the thing. My Noble Phantasm, it ignores invincibility. Like little things like evade. But I have a hunch we're going to whittle her down quite a bit, and then what's going to happen is that we're going to get slaughtered at the last second. And it happens a lot. It's definitely time to consider lunch after we're done. Yeah, did not do as much damage as I would have liked. That's the problem. Okay. First one's not going to hit. That's the problem. It's how well can I survive the next round is going to make the big difference. Yeah, there we go, guys. Just like I called it. Game likes to cheat. However, I've got a bunch of command spells. I've been using them, it seems like, all the time lately. I'm actually going to forfeit one of my Zinc Quartz. I really don't mind. I like the command spell for something, for a bigger boss fight. This is going to be supremely stupid. Because I get, like, Uber characters here, and, you know, so it just doesn't matter. Almost a flick of the finger would kill her now. Here we go. Here's what would have helped earlier if we'd just been able to get lucky enough to get Lancelot's charge meter up that extra 2%. Like I said, cheating game. And good night, kitty. Look at all these fun things we're getting for the event, though. There we go. We unlocked 10 quests. Wow! Alright, there we go. 10 quests on the upper body. We unlocked a couple of new ones. Defeated 8 servants for our weekly missions. Yeah, not bad. We got a couple of good things out of that. And that's how it works, guys. That's how this event works, in case anybody was curious. I kind of did this in part for my friend Chunky Jeffrey, and anybody new, and anybody that, if anybody's actually checking this out, was curious what's going on during this event. There should probably be more storyline. Yep, there we go. But she survived that. Yeah, basically, you just got another helper servant, which we don't really need. We've got better ones that we've actually got ourselves than what they give you for helper servants. But if you're new to the game and you were playing for free and didn't have any of these other helper servants, this would be a big boost to you. And there we go. The quartz we used, we got it back, basically. Now, you got to get these gate keys to move on to certain areas. Luckily, it looks like here, we could do a no battle, guys, which would be just a cutscene if you guys wanted to check that out. And we get a St. Quartz at the end just for watching it. However, remember when she said gate key? This is the way it works in this game. Wow. These are all free battle ones, and they're going to cost some serious bucks. So bucks are up here. I got 200 last time. How do you get bucks, though? How do you get these bucks here? Well, I'm in the wrong screen. I'm gonna show you guys. What you do is you do certain events like this, and if you look, see, if I defeat 10 lawful servants, I get 300 bucks. If I defeat 10 neutral servants, I get 400. And that's how you get those bucks, and then you turn around and you're gonna spend those bucks to get these gate keys that will allow you, as you move along in the map, to get to certain parts and then continue on through the story. Now, as you see, there's one down here for the ankle. We can't get to that until we have the gate key, which also means we can't move along in some of the story stuff. In the meantime, let's collect the one thing we did. I have not figured out what the KP is for yet. I have a hunch it's going to come up eventually in this middle section here. So for right now, like I said, I'm still behind. I think I've got, what, 5-6 days to still do this? Let's back out. 5 days. And we're running out of time pretty quickly. By the end of the week, this will be done. And if I don't get my BB by then, it's all going to be for nothing. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Any of you that were curious about what some of the boss fights and some of the stuff were like in my game, now you can see how tough it's been for me and why it's been harder for me to zip through this like I want. The last time I did an event like this, I was able to do it at work. Well, they had me doing temperature checks for workers coming in. I haven't had that opportunity that much this time. It has given me a boost. The one day I did do it because it managed to get me further along now in this than I was. But ultimately, it's still a problem. And I got a lot of things going on my days off, so that's tough. What I'm going to do right now, however, is I'm going to go make lunch. And then I'm probably going to play a little Animal Crossing or Pokemon on the Switch. I also have some chores and errands to do outside of the house today, so that's one of the other things I got to do. And then, in case anybody's interested, my Dream Garden channel, I'll be doing a live broadcast for that later on this afternoon for a little project I've been working on, or a little project I'm going to be working on. And I'm going to start it, and it's probably going to be a shorter live broadcast than I wanted it to be, because I wanted to do most of it today, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So I have a few things going on besides this video, but hope you guys enjoyed the rolls. The rolls were kind of very lackluster at the beginning, So hopefully the gameplay made up for a little bit of that. And I hope you guys, if you're playing the game and you're doing the event, I hope you're having a better time than I am. In the meantime, guys, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon on this Tuesday. And whatever you're doing, make sure that you stay safe and healthy while you're doing it. In the meantime, guys, we will see you on the next one. Peace.